Hello folks, how are you doing? Don Kelly here. I hope you're all keeping well and having a great Wednesday. Now, just a quick vlog today. What I'm going to talk about is uh, the causes and are basically the connection between back, hip pain, knee pain, and foot pain, and we'll put ankle pain into that, because in my opinion, in a lot of cases, in many cases actually, a problem in one area will lead or can lead to a problem in another area. All right, what I'm trying to say is, just because a person, for example, if a person presents with, say, pain in the pain in the hip or the back or the knee or the ankle, either way, pain in any of these joints may not necessarily where the pain is originating from, if that makes sense. So a person could present with hip and low back pain, all right, but it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be the case that the hip and low back pain that you're getting is originating from that region. And the same can go for if you're presenting with pain in the knee. Although you would have a person could generally have pain in the knee, it's not necessarily the case where the pain in the knee that you're presenting with is originating from the knee. And same goes for all the joints. As a matter of fact, you could literally do that in all the joints of the body. Okay, be it elbow, wrist, shoulder, neck, back, whatever. But for the conversation today, I'm going to discuss the connection between foot, knee, hip, and back pain, and we can ankle as well in that. All right. So what I'm trying to explain to you is that just because you may have pain or present with pain in one of those areas of the body doesn't always necessarily mean that the pain that you're getting there is originating from there. Okay, so a general sign that the pain that you're presenting with in a particular joint, that is not actually the pain is not actually rooted to the joint, that is coming from somewhere else. People will find that they would have had previous treatment on it, be it a physio, chiropractor, a steroid injection, intervention, exercise, whatever it may be, and they could have gone through all different sorts of modalities and trying to deal with that discomfort, but the discomfort is still there. So in my opinion, when I see a lot of clients who have been to me over the years who have presented with that particular scenario, in my opinion, in a lot of those cases, if that's the case, the pain is not originating from that region. Okay, so I'm just using the knee as an example, but this hypothesis, we can put it in the same way, be it a foot, ankle, hip, or back. Okay, so generally with any of those joints where you have presented with pain and have had lots of different treatments done on it, be it conservative or medical or whatever it may be, but the pain is still presenting there, my general opinion is the pain is not rooted in that region. It's coming from someplace else, and this is why the interventions that one might have had on a particular joint have had no success. All right, literally what has been happening is the wrong area of the body has been treated, or a misdiagnosis, whatever you want to call it. This is my opinion. All right, so you could be having all the injections and all the physio and chiropractic, whatever, all the treatment in the world in that particular joint. If it's not improving, in my opinion, the problem is not the actual joint. It's coming from somewhere else. So I hope that makes sense to you. So the key into getting a particular pain in an area better and healed is to source where the pain is coming from. Okay, so you look above and you look below. It's a general rule. I have anyway. I think a lot of physios would have it. You check above and you check below. So if there's a problem in the knee, you check the hip in the back and you check the ankle in the foot. Okay, and that's a general rule. I think a lot of physios would do that. Stress, absolutely, Kathleen. There's different forms of stress on a joint, okay, and on the body in itself, okay. So we have stress. No, this wouldn't. We'll get back to stress in a second. What tends to happen is this doesn't include pain now if you had a trauma to the joint. So, for example, if you play sport and you twisted the knee and you present with pain in the knee, well, it's fairly obvious that it's a local trauma. Or if you're in a road traffic accident, or if there was some direct trauma to the joint, absolutely, we know the joint is affected then. But if the pain has kind of snuck up in us, where did that pain come from? Then you have to investigate it more. And there's different forms of stress, okay? There's a physical stress, if you're overrunning, too much sport, stress on your feet, okay, i.e. wearing ill-fitting footwear, flat shoes with no support. If you're a lot of cycling and you're leaning forward too much, or, that will put stress on the low back, which will put stress on the discs. Okay, so there's that stress, absolutely. These are kind of physical stresses that will put can create pain in the body, but also emotional stress as well can happen. So if we tend to worry, or the body gets into a state of fight or flight, and stress can present with pain as well, and it can present in many forms of pain all over the body, and yes, it can happen in the low back, hips, knee and ankle. So how you might ask, how does stress affect ankle pain? So for example, if you were after injuring your back, for example, and there was a stress on the back and the back got injured, what's going to happen naturally is when you walk, is subconsciously, you won't even be aware of it, your body will always try to get itself into a position of ease. Okay, in other words, it's going to try and maneuver itself. You wouldn't even realize you're doing it, to release the load off of the area of stress on the back. Now we're talking about a back stress. Over a period of time, you are not walking correctly. What's going to happen is you're going to lean to one side, whatever way. You're going to side bend, rotate. When you're off of that alignment, natural alignment, the body is a whole kinetic chain. So what's going to happen is the joints, one above, one below, and below that, they're not functioning correctly. They're all going to be slightly off of alignment, misalignment. It's like driving a car and you have a flat tire. Okay, the car is going to be slightly tilted. If you kept driving the car like that, eventually the rim wheel in the flat tire will get damaged, as well as the shocks in the joints of the car. And your body is the same. So when we're compensating, be it from the feet or from the ankle, the knees, the hip or the back, when we start to compensate, we are creating a torsion, which is like a mild rotation, a distortion of all the joints. I don't know if distortion is a word, but what I'm saying is the joints are now not sitting the way they should be. And over a period of time, that will create stress on the particular joints, which in turn will create pain and discomfort. And it generally creeps up over a period of time. You just don't wake up with it. All right, you notice a little ache here, a little ache there, and it starts to progress and progress and progress. But what I'm trying to say is, if the body is not aligned, like any other mechanical structure, be the hinge of a door or whatever, anything mechanical, if there's an issue in any of the joints in mechanics, it will affect the function of any machine or car or any motor object, and your body is exactly the same. So it's very important to that the body is aligned and moving correctly in all aspects, in all movement. It's when there is lack of movement or restriction in movement or overcompensation in movement, either way, and it doesn't have to be massive, it only can be a case of very few degrees, that over a period of time, in some cases it can happen people quicker than others, pain will present, okay? And it presents generally in the joints. And this is why you see a lot of people presenting with pain in the shoulder, in the hip, in the knee, in the ankle, in the neck. They're all joints, okay? The muscular pain can be secondary, okay? Because what tends to happen to muscles is they'll tighten up and to try protect, because the whole goal of the body is, when it's in trouble, is to self-preserve. So fight or flight, it goes into position of ease, and it will move into position to reduce the stress of any of the joints, okay? And because the muscles cross the joints, they will get affected as well, because now the joint isn't functioning properly. The kinetic chain, everything, it just stacks on top of one another and becomes an issue. But the whole point of what I'm trying to say is, just because you've pain in one area doesn't necessarily mean that's the area, especially if it has snuck up at you. As I said, if you've been kicked there or had a sports injury there, that's a different story. But if the pain has come on out of the, gradually snuck up and you've had a lot of treatment in the joint, but you still have the pain, generally, possibly, more than likely, the joint isn't the problem. That's what I'm trying to say. I hope that makes sense. So what I'm trying to say is that pain or dysfunction in one region of the body will literally, or can and will, cause pain and discomfort in another part of the body. So the secret is to find out where the pain is coming from, the root cause, because the pain is a symptom. The pain is a symptom. If you get to the root cause of that pain and discomfort, you're guaranteed to fix it. Guaranteed, unless there's something really serious causing it, something insidious or something like that. But most of the time, it can be fixed and it can be treated, okay? And it can be treated quite naturally, actually, and quite simply. Okay, but it's getting to that root cause of what's causing the pain and discomfort is where you'll get the best results in terms of your treatment. Medicine is fantastic. Western medicine is fantastic. Over the last 100 years or so, we have all these different medications and they all have their place. Everything has their place, but we got to get using our bodies now and being more aware of our bodies and get our bodies moving correctly. And to help ourselves, not just to be depending on the painkillers and the injections and the drugs, we have to ask ourselves, why have we this pain and discomfort, So this is why I always say, and if you ever check in any of my videos, I always say movement is medicine. Move, move and move. And you don't have to be running marathons or doing Ironmans or anything like that. Just walking, yoga, Pilates, controlled movement. Tai Chi, breathing exercises, always in through the nose and out through the mouth. You do a combination of those and you will go a long way in helping to heal yourself. But we have to look at ourselves first. Look at where the pain is coming from. Listen to our bodies. Pain is not normal. It's a signal to tell you there's a problem, so look after it. Okay? Guys, please feel free to share this video with anyone if you think it may help them. Please free to like my page. Any queries, feel free to message me. I speak to people, at least 10 people a day on the phone. I'm doing lots of consultations. I'm giving out loads of free exercises. So if there's any problems, please feel free. I'm here to help, and share this video and stay safe, okay? And stay moving. Just a caveat on that. if you're in chronic pain and the pain is going on a long time and you've had lots of treatments, you know, you got to get it checked out medically as well, you know. So always go to your GP and your doctor just to check out, to rule out anything serious or nasty that might be there. 99% of the time it's nothing, okay? But just to let you know, always get these things medically checked as well first. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about different ways of how to relieve the pain and discomfort in particular areas. So keep an eye out for that video. And I'll go live around the same time tomorrow. Okay, guys, thanks very much. Have a great day, and I will talk to you all. God bless you all. Stay safe. Bye.